Hello and welcome to your iReady 2-minute tip on online instruction. Now that you've finished your first assessment or a second or third assessment, you'll notice that students, when they log in, will be given lessons that they can do online for individual instruction for them. As a teacher, you're going to want to make sure that as they are online, you're looking to do about 45 minutes per week per subject in iReady. But to check on their progress, you'll need to do one thing. Once you first logged in, it'll go you to the diagnostic results. We've talked about this in some of our previous lessons. But you'll click then on the online instruction, and very quickly you'll be able to see how your class is doing overall. So if I click right here where it says Monitor Online Instruction, I'll be able to drill into a class. For this class, I'm going to look specifically at Mr. Greenwich 4th grade class, and I'll notice that for the current week, we have one student who's in the green zone, in other words, spending about 30 to 49 minutes for the week on their lessons. I'll see 3 students who've gone a little bit above, and we want to make sure we monitor that to stay in the green zone, and then about 15 students who haven't. Having the students online for a certain amount of time is important, but we also want to make sure that we are paying attention to the lessons passed. So we can see here 16 of our students are actually in our 70 to 100% pass. That's what we want to make sure that we do for each and every one of our students, to make sure that they are not only getting the quantity online that they need, but the quality online as well. As I scroll down, I can start seeing how each one of my students did. For one of my students here, I can see that we've actually shut off a domain for them. And I can see by hitting the plus sign what that domain shut off means. So if I click on the student themselves, I can see where they've started, where they've progressed, and I see that comprehension has been shut off, which means they failed 2 or more of the lessons in that same domain in a row. So quickly to turn it back on, I can click here to turn it on, or explore resources on that. So we make sure we give the student the help they need before we turn back on their domain so they get more lessons from there. If I would like to, I can see how they've done on previous lessons. And even more important too, I can see on what's coming up for them. So for this student, I can see that it'll be early 4th grade and looks like vocabulary mostly. As you're doing this, I would suggest you probably want to see this a couple of times a week, just to make sure that your students are not only getting the quantity online that they need, but the quality online as well. And while you're monitoring your students, we want to make sure also that we're getting them exactly what they need, so that if we get them too much online, we're not getting the instruction face-to-face. So it's a nice balance of blended learning model in your classroom that you can use with your iReady to supplement any of the materials you have with you. Thank you.